I'm the natural person, I'm the living man. For the record, my name is Thomas Styron II. It is not the name you have attached to this case, me. I believe that's a state created entity, Your Honor. And I'm not, me being a living person, I don't my name is in proper punctuation. I don't have a all caps name. So this is under the assumption that you guys have personal jurisdiction and subject matter jurisdiction over me, right?
We have a very intense court hearing today. This sovereign citizen tries to pull the usual script, claiming the court has no authority over him, but it's pretty clear this guy has no idea what he's talking about. If you're going to argue with the judge, at least do some research, right? Watching him try to outsmart someone who literally makes legal decisions for a living is painfully hilarious. Here, let's go ahead and dive in and watch this idiot sovereign citizen embarrass himself. And if you guys...
Good morning. 14B District Court is now in session. This is Magistrate Hillary Braley presiding. Okay, and I need you unmuted at the jail. There we go. Can I have your name, please?
For the record, my name is Thomas Styron II. I'm the natural person, I'm the living man. How we doing today, Miss Braley?
We are upright, if nothing else.
Great.
So, okay. And you said your name is Thomas Styron
The second,
II.
and then I'm the natural person, the living man.
Okay, thank you for your patience there. We had a little bit of a kerfuffle. So,
No problem.
recalling case number 19S00472, that is the state of Michigan versus Thomas Ulrich Styron II, you said, and also calling 24W001025, that is the township of Ypsilanti, also versus Thomas Ulrich Styron. So state your name for the record.
So, for the record, my name is Thomas Styron II. It is not the name you have attached to this case is not me. I believe that's a state created entity, Your Honor. And I'm not, me being a living person, I don't my name is in proper punctuation. I don't have a all cap.
This guy really should have eaten before this court hearing. If you're going to try and pull the sovereign citizen script, at least have a good idea of what you're talking about. Watching him go on about jurisdiction and this nonsense punctuation stuff makes you wonder if he's ever even read a law book in his life. I mean, you can't just make up laws to fit your argument, buddy. And the judge is clearly not having it. You even saw her kind of chuckle when this guy was stumbling over his words. Here, you can tell she thinks this guy's an idiot. And just wait until you hear what the judge says at the end. This one is so hilarious.
Sorry, I don't have no contracts with the state of Michigan at all, period. And so I was wondering about personal jurisdiction and subject matter jurisdiction in regards to this.
Okay. And you can continue to wonder about those at the moment. What I am doing, you have a show cause hearing on the matter ending in 472, which is the retail fraud charge. I'm showing a balance of $210 on that. And then what you're being arraigned on, that is what I am here to explain the charge against you, is a citation issued on April 2nd, 2024 at 9:24 in the evening, that charges that you operated a motor vehicle on North Ford Boulevard at or near Russell Street with no license on your person. Do you comprehend the charge against you?
I do not. I don't even own a license. I canceled my license years ago.
Okay. So what you are being charged with is operating a motor vehicle without having a license on your person. So I'm not asking if you agree with this. I'm not asking if you have a license. I'm asking if you understand the words coming out of my mouth as far as what this charge is.
The charge is accused me of not having a driver's license on my person, correct?
Correct.
Well, from my understanding, I need a driver's license if I'm in commerce. I was traveling home.
Okay.
I wasn't doing business at all. And also from my understanding, I don't need a license to do that.
And your overstanding is
This guy basically ends up incriminating himself. The charge against him was driving without a license, and then he keeps digging himself deeper by saying he hasn't had a license in 2 years and that he wasn't driving, he was traveling. Like, come on. Dude, you're just handing them all the evidence they need. But here's the thing, if you're caught driving without a license, you probably shouldn't keep insisting you weren't driving at all, because that only makes things look worse. And I'm pretty sure most people understand that it's just common sense. These sovereign citizen arguments don't really hold up, and this situation shows why. In this case, the person is at least being somewhat respectful, but his reasoning isn't very strong. Honestly, a driver's license isn't that expensive, and following basic laws helps avoid a lot of legal trouble. Anyway, the guy is polite so far, but his arguments aren't very convincing. Let's dive back in.
For now, you are saying that you have understood the words as far as not having a license on your person. It is a misdemeanor charge with a maximum penalty of up to 93 days in jail, a $500 fine with court costs, or both.
So this is under the assumption that you guys have personal jurisdiction and subject matter jurisdiction over me, right?
Yes.
So
at this time, the court is going to set a pre-trial date for you. That will be before Judge Washington.
Ma'am, can we prove the jurisdiction first before we go ahead with setting a trial for that entity or a pre-trial for that entity?
I hear you. And at this point, you are appearing in front of the court. You have put your name on the record. And yes, we are setting a pre-trial date for you.
I did put my name on the record, and my name that I put on the record is not the same name that you have attached to that case.
And you can provide documentation of such at your pre-trial date, which is going to be June 26th.
So the documentation that I have published, recorded the documentation I have published and recorded on the record, on the state of Michigan record, that says what I just told you, that I'm not who you have, that I'm not the name you have attached to that case, that's I need to bring that with me, is what you're saying? It being already recorded and on the state of Michigan records.
So whatever documentation you have, bring it with you to your pre-trial date. That is what I am telling you, yes. So, and again, that court date, June 26th? Okay. Will be June 26th at 9 a.m. before Judge Washington. The court will enter that you are standing mute to all charges at this time.
So we're just assuming jurisdiction though, correct?
Yes.
From my understanding, that has to be proved before we even proceed with anything else. Am I wrong?
You are not correct. The court will also set a personal recognizance bond in this matter. Basically, you are promising to show up for that June 24th court date at 9 a.m. over Zoom before Judge Washington, where you will have your pretrial. Okay, so at this point, your hearings are concluded. You are free to stand up and tell the jail that you are finished.
So I need to be there under threat, duress, coercion.
I really like the way this judge handled the sovereign citizen in this case. She did let him speak quite a bit, maybe a bit too much in my opinion, but she was still very good at controlling the courtroom. She wasn't accepting any of his arguments and stepped in to cut him off when it was necessary, even throwing in a few sharp, well-timed responses that kept things on track. Honestly, more judges should have that kind of patience and control when dealing with people who try to use legal jargon they don't really understand. You could tell she wasn't intimidated at all, which is exactly what you want in a situation like that. As for Zoom court, what do you guys think about it? It can feel a bit unusual compared to in-person hearings, especially when someone is trying to argue a case through a video call. At times it can get chaotic if people talk over each other, and it can make the process feel less formal or harder to manage. But in this case, things still stayed fairly under control overall, mainly because of how the judge handled it. Anyway, I'll wrap it up here. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like and subscribe for more content, and let me know what you thought about this court hearing. Take care, and I'll catch you in the next one.